Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, July the 31st, 2023. Monday, July the 21st. Well, they did a little switcheroo, or I was in a dreamland scene at the beginning. Phyllis is in her room. Nick comes barging in, and boy, is he telling her off. I mean, reading her the riot act in true Nick Newman fashion. I was like, you know what? I was wondering what was going to take Nick so long, right? Phyllis jerks up out of a sleep. It was a nightmare she was having that it was Nick. Nick wasn't even there. And I thought, oh, okay, well, guess what? That is what Nick would do, which is why you don't want to see Nick because he can be very judgmental, right? So Phyllis is meeting Daniel and Summer in the jazz lounge. And you know what's interesting, everybody? All three of them are living right there at the Grand Phoenix. Daniel's room's upstairs, Summer's room's upstairs, Phyllis's room's upstairs. I'm hoping they're getting a friends and family discount. I'm hoping, right? They're all living in an athletic club in a hotel. Wow, they could go out and get a house together, get a mansion together, and probably save money. But anyway, she's talking to them, telling them, she's trying to get her life together. And Summer's down in the dumps. She is, and rightfully so. Her marriage is gone. She loved being married to Kyle. She loved being a mother to Harrison, and all that's gone, you know? And all Phyllis could say is, I hate that that happened. Yeah, okay. Daniel, on the other hand, he's in a budding new relationship with Lily, right? So he's cool. So anyway, um, Phyllis tells them Adam offered her a job. And they were like, wait, what? No, no, Adam's bad news. No, what could he possibly want with you? And she's like, my tech skills. I would be head of IT at his new company, you know? And so finally she had to tell him, well, for one thing, it's not just Adam. Nick and Sharon, they're all partners together. So I wouldn't just be working for Adam. And so Phyllis says, but Summer, I don't know if your father will shoot that down because I know he must really hate me right now, for what happened. And I don't even know if your father will allow that to happen. So Summer says, well, yes, Dad is upset with you, but I don't see Dad trying to stop you from working, from supporting yourself. I don't see that Dad doing that, right? So Phyllis was like, well, I hope you all are right, right? Now, mind you, we're going back and forth with this scene. Then we have back and forth with Sharon asking Mariah to come and work for her. And Mariah is like, wait, but I work for Jabot. Yes, I'm working from home, but I do go in like one day a week to put out fires and everything. My maternity leave isn't up until the end of August, right? And so Sharon says, exactly, but I could talk to Jack for you. And Mariah says, you know what? I would really have to think about it. So as the conversation went on, and she told Sharon, you know what? I love that idea, but I'm loyal. I mean, I would have to see. And so Sharon says, okay. But from what I'm hearing, that environment is very, very hostile. And you would be having an opportunity to be working in a family company, to be working with your mother, you know? So Sharon says, listen, I've got a meeting that I'm late for with Adam and Nick. So I've got to go, but think about it because it would be great. So then Tessa and Mariah continued talking about it, the pros and the cons. And one of the things that Mariah said is, Kyle is the one who hired me. I was at Javoux because of Kyle. And things are getting hostile. But still, I don't know. Is it hostile enough for me to want to leave? So I think Mariah almost has made her choice, but she hasn't truly yet. I think Mariah is going to need to go to the office and walk in the middle of a huge turmoil, right? Because I think Mariah's head of social media for Marchetti, something like that. She didn't report to Summer. She reported to Kyle, but now that Summer's CEO, she will be reporting to Summer, which is what Kyle said, good luck working for Summer. Summer would never treat Mariah horribly at all. But you want to know who's always talked to Summer snidely, disrespectfully at times? Mariah. Now that dynamic, now you are my direct report. I'm a subordinate of you. How is she going to talk to Summer? Because it better be different, 100%. So Mariah's got some thinking to do, okay? Nick and Adam talk. They kind of go back and forth. Nick is telling Adam there will be no hostile takeovers, and Adam is still saying, well, why not? Dad is away, and this is our opportunity. He says, Adam, this is the kind of thing that gets you in trouble. He says, do you seriously think Dad is really away trying to secure financing? Victor Newman picks up the phone and $1 million deals are made. He gets financing with a phone call. He said, Adam, think this is a test. He is still watching everything to see what you're going to do. Because Nick said, because I'm not going for it, and neither is Sharon. But he's watching you. And you're going to either be in or you're going to be out, brother. But Sharon and I are running with this. Right? And he said, and for God's sakes, why don't you change the name from Augustus? It's ridiculous. And at that point, Sharon walks up. She goes, hey, guys, so what am I walking in on? And so Adam looks at Sharon and said, Nick wants me to change the name from away from Augustus. So Sharon said, yeah, I agree with that. And Adam's like, and he goes, it means burn. And Adam said, and Nick said, and that was what you thought of, because that was your whole mentality. You want to burn everything down to the ground. Newman Enterprises. He says, Adam, that's not what we are. That is not what we are. And that is not what we're going to do. Well, I still say, why would it be redundant? Newman Media and Augustus, or whatever we call it, because Adam's starting to concede, okay, yes, I did want that name as a dig, right? He says, it's redundant. And so Nick says, but you know what? It's what we have right now. Let's run with it. The only thing we can do is do a really good job. And perhaps Dad, and he goes, and Victor says that now we are going to work directly under him. And so Nick said, and Sharon's like, well, that's a good thing. We have less to worry about, right? And Nick says, you don't want to work under Vic. So now it's Dad, okay, right? So Adam's just like, you two, it's like, man, I can't change anything with you two. I can't get you guys on the wild bad side, right? So they're kind of like, oh my goodness, Adam, right? But they end up talking and kind of talking about business. And And then Adam looks and he says, oh, by the way, I offered Phyllis the director of IT job. And Sharon said, wait, Phyllis? And Nick said, you did what? After what Phyllis did to my daughter, you went and didn't even discuss it with Sharon or I? And he goes, yep, pretty much. And they're looking at him, right? And so he's like, IT is Phyllis's skill set. I would think you'd be for it, Nick, because Phyllis is trying to make amends with her children. And this gives Phyllis steady, gainful employment. You know, he he spent it so that, look, this is for summer. This is for her. So she wouldn't have to worry about her mother. And so Sharon is looking, and in my mind, I'm thinking, Sharon, I'm sorry. Aren't you getting ready to chime in, baby girl? Aren't you getting ready to say, well, look, since we all mad at Adam for making a unilateral job offer, before I came here, I made one myself to Mariah. And I told Mariah she could have whatever job title she wanted. Yeah. Nobody, oh, she zipped it. She didn't mention that, but it's going to come out. It's going to have to come out because I think Mariah's going to accept it. Sharon's going to have to say, oh, by the way, yikes, I did this. Yeah. Yeah. And then Nick will say, oh, by the way, I hired Sally, which Victor's giving Sally her own division, which guess what? Can you see why Victor did that? He wants to lock Sally up in another division so that while they're forming this brand new company, nobody hires Sally to work with his two sons. Neither Adam nor Nick could hire Sally. See, Victor's smart. Victor is not stupid. Okay? Victor is not stupid. So nothing, that was it. I mean, see, they're spending a whole lot of time back and forth with the same three core conversations, just dragging them out. So that was it for today's episode. Let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. Let's see, we got one comment here. And this comment is from LaShunta. LaShunta says, Nick got a lot of nerve talking about Phyllis, but he's okay with Sally and everything she did. I can't believe Billy. Everything Billy said was true. I'm so sick of Victor. It's okay to chastise Adam, but not Vicky. I'm so sick of them. Everyone says why Adam won't start his company. Why Adam won't start his company. He will sabotage him. Diane and Jack, I don't care. When has Kyle won against Adam? He never has. That was a lie. I can't wait for Kyle to fail. Ashley is just filled with hate. She can't see Billy is playing her. She's usually smart. Have a seat, Abby. You are right, but your mom is the one pulling the strings. Now they're married. It's the end game. Okay. I see everyone notices Audra. That argument got Jack because it was true. Must be an argument between him and Billy. The fake argument. This got out of hand. Kyle really doesn't care. Shaking my head. Diane won't like Audra. She's too much like her. So that was the comment from Comment Corner. That is it. I think this is going to be like a very slow moving week. I really do. Because, you know, we got new writers. They're going to drag things out as they try to write, you know, and get used to writing stuff for every day, right? Wow. But anyway, everybody, I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap of The Young and the Restless.